Yes, I'm speaking from experience. Yes, I've run over a pipe. 1, 2, 3, a dozen. This is such a simple job. Plantain, dandelion, orbit, cat's ear, thistles. Oh, some feedback from you. Oh, that's a thistle there. Wasn't supposed to drop that. Well, good morning everyone. It's an exciting day because I've just decided that we're going to pack up the irrigation stuff. And I think I've highlighted over the last few videos, no, not a few, last like 6 months of videos, that we do have a few little issues with them. So it's a sense of relief when you finally get to pack them up. We've got the boys loaded up in the tractor. We've got the orange one already packed up. That's all done. Needs fixing. The other one that we're about to go pick up needs fixing as well. So we'll bring it back down here and have another look at it before milking. Today is the 19th of May, and for us to be packing up irrigation on pasture, like I know there's a few people around the area that are irrigating for crops. It's probably a little bit different. They're trying to get them established. We're just trying to get the grass to grow a little bit. It's just so bizarre that this is the second year in a row that we're irrigating into the second, third week of May. Insane, insane. But the reason we are, whether I believe it or not, I think it's going to rain for like 4 days. But I think the weather apps are predicting. I don't know about everyone else, but I've got about 5 weather apps, and I just flick through all of them until I find one that I sort of like the look of, whether I want rain or whether I don't want rain, whether I want wind or I don't want wind, and all vice versa. So finally, there's something that's predicting about 4 to 5 days of rain. So I think the most limiting thing won't be moisture anymore. It'll probably be the cold. Hence why I've got the boys in these Tasmanian suits. What are they called? Down jackets. Yeah, they're like a sleeping bag over your face, like your little shooters. I haven't looked it up, so I'm not 100% certain. But we had a really big rain. We had 120 mils at the start of December. Since that rain, there might have only been like a 30 mil here, a 20 mil here. So since that point, which was 6 months ago now, pretty certain we wouldn't have had 100 mils of rain. Putting myself out on a bit of a limb when I say I'm pretty certain. I think it's around 100, well, let's say we'll put it 100 to 150 mils. I'm really backtracking here, I'm sorry, but I'm just worried that people are going to ask me like, no, you were wrong. That's fine, that's fine. I'm just trying to put a bit of a point across that 100 to 150 mils in 6 months. Yes, summer we usually have a dry spell, but not this bad. And there's a lot of places that are a lot worse. But as a perspective, 100 to 150 mils, and our annual rainfall on average is 1150 mils for the area of Sheffield. 1150 mils. So let's say worst case it was 150 mils. This next 6 months we're going to get 1,000 mils on average. Don't think it'll happen. Well, touch wood. I'm not sure whether it'll happen. I'm going around in circles here, but what I'm trying to say is we might get a lot of rain in the next 6 months, and if we don't, it's going to be termed a very, very dry year, going on the back of that we already had a really dry winter, a really dry spring. One big rain in the start of summer. That's it. That's it. So whilst there's green, well, that's not really green, but we've just finished grazing that paddock. Whilst things are still a little bit green, I wouldn't say they're growing overly quickly. In the heat of spring, summer, we were probably getting around these paddocks every 20 days. So we've started to increase our rotation length upwards of, it's going to end up being 45, 50 days for these paddocks up here. And these paddocks up on top of the hill, they're typically will keep growing a bit longer than the stuff down the bottom. because it's just that little bit warmer up here. Down there it can be a very cold hollow at times.
This I get that will fix the hose.
That's right, if you didn't hear that, the hose. We fixed the hose on this irrigator. It had been down for a couple of weeks, in fact. I wasn't too worried because I'm like, no, it's going to rain again. But it didn't rain again. I did say it was warmer up on top, but I'm not sure it's much. Generally speaking, is quite reliable. However, this year it's had a few little dramas. Just little. So it's pretty obvious. There's one pipe without blue stripes and there's pipe with blue stripes. Originally this irrigator would have come with 350 metres of hose, but the previous owner, for whatever reason, decided to cut 100 metres off. And I decided to put 100 metres back on when we purchased it. Hence why the stuff with the blue line. That essentially is, it's a butt weld. What they'll do is they'll get these two ends and they'll make them perfectly square, and then they've got this, it looks like it's out of Back to the Future. You essentially clamp the two hoses and then you'll push them together whilst heating them, and essentially you're pressing them while heating, so that's why it's a weld, I guess, a period of time depending on the size of the pipe. Now this has done it twice this season, unfortunately. Anyway, let's pack this up. Let's pack it up. Pack it up. Water?
I saw that spin.
You saw it spin? So I mentioned that it's broken. This is broken. That arm is for I wouldn't call it a safety. It's just what we call a dog. Essentially you put the dog in. Well, that's what I call it. I'm sure other people call it the dog. Put the dog in, so that stops it from winding back on itself. So every time it winds itself in, that clicks up to stop it, going back. Obviously at one point I've maybe forgotten that it was up holding it. You want to lift up?
Yes.
It also helps by keeping the hose nice and tight, so it doesn't wind up in a funny little fashion. It's actually done all right here, thankfully, but when all the water comes out, it sort of tends to unravel and make a bit of a mess, and then unwinding and winding back in. It's just trying to manage it so it doesn't get out of shape too often. Anyway, point is, we've got to get that arm welded back on. I don't like running it without it. Wrap this hose up and take it away. So this is why the dog is in, like there's more than one reason. Ah, heck. I gotta wind that in by hand. Shivers. Oh, so what I've got to do is got to use this and try and wind it in. Trust me, it's not a fast process. It's not what I want to be doing. Because I've got no brake, there's nothing holding, so I've got to keep the pressure on this wheel the entire time. This is a bit of a disaster, really. This is such a simple job. Yep, give it a push. Oh, that's it. Whoa! Whoa! There we go. Go with that now. That's it. Good job, boys. much further. You boys are strong. Keep it up. Get further. Come on. We got it. I'm glad the boys wanted to come with me. That was a real blessing. They were there just holding it, stopping it from rolling back. And they were pushing it a bit. Oh, I'm glad you guys were with me. Little champions. Oh, I think we might tie it. So what's happened is that's bumped off that frame and then fallen off, and because there's no brake, it just started unwinding. I might wrap that strap somehow around it and so it doesn't fall off. Oh, take two. Let's take it home. Or try to. Well, it's the following morning, the next day. Another cold one. It's about 3 frosts in a row, 3 or 4. Enough frosts. It's definitely skipped autumn and gone straight to winter. Just got to set up a few fences for the next few day breaks, and then I might try and go up, grab. Oh heck! I might try and grab the trailer for those pipes and move those pipes out of the way, because I really want to start getting some fertilizer on, which is going to be what I've termed as the autumn break fertilizer, which we bought about a month ago, but haven't really had a chance to put it on because it's still not raining. It hasn't rained. It needs to dry out. Now that they're forecasting a few bits of rain, I've decided, yeah, no, we'll get it on. We're not going to have the full effect, which is the part. So we're not getting the full benefit of putting a mix on, putting some P and K, pour some nitrogen, really get some good growth, create a feed wedge coming into winter. That doesn't happen, so we don't have that. Anyway, still need to press on, still need to do something. Well, I've got the fertilizer sitting in the shed, so I may as well use it. Wasn't supposed to drop that. Well, fences are done. It's still cold and it's like half hour early to go get the cows in, but I think I'll do the cows first instead of going around grabbing the trailer and getting these pipes collected. I'll just do it after we milk, so then I can get a run on it. Hey girls, you know what to do. Let's go. Come on girls. Come on Gummy. I'm sick of this game. Just move on. Get up. Every milking is like this. I've got to just force her in. Come on. we're back. It's getting a bit late in the afternoon. So these are all the suction lines that we pulled off the diesel pumps out at Nook. So obviously that's all packed up now. So I want this trailer with obviously not all this stuff on it, so I can grab all the irrigation pipes that are strewn around the place. And then I've realised that this pin, we off some feedback from YouTube. Oh, that's a thistle there. Some feedback from YouTube there saying, oh, you should have a bigger pin so there's not too much slop. Well, yeah, that's great, but now it doesn't fit that. I'm gonna have to go old school. No, 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 no. Please just wait there. I just need to grab this trailer. Like I mentioned before, they're strewn around all over the place. There's a pipe over there, there's pipes here, there. That one, it could be bent, I'm not sure. So I'm just trying to pick them up from anywhere and everywhere. A lot of the water is moved around here by underground main. And it's PVC pipe all stuck together. One day in the future we'll probably show a bit of that. Hopefully when we do some more of that sort of side of things. And then the water comes out up at hydrants, and so then hydrants aren't always in the best spot for where you want to run your irrigator. So then you've got to use these aluminium pipes. They come in sort of a range of sizes, lengths and widths. So most common probably for around here is 4 inches, and that'll get away with most things. So well, 4-inch pipes even ran that pivot irrigator over there for a bit. But yeah, they're terrible. I hate them in so many ways. Probably in previous videos I've shown issues of arising. Either they just don't quite seal up with the next one, and then you've got leaks, and then you've got pipes that are full of water and you can't move them because they're full of water and not draining quick enough. All these sorts of sagas that you have with irrigation. I swear half my issues arise from these things. The other half are definitely the irrigators themselves, but these definitely add to it. So conveniently we've got 3 tiers on this trailer. The bottom one I'm going to put the 9 metre length ones, our shorter ones are 7 metre length. I'll put them in the middle. And I'll put the bent, out of shape and broken pipes up on top. It's a bit worrying, I've already got 3 on there and it's only a small pile like that. A bit worrying about what's to come. So you look at this rubbish. Like they're in the middle of a, not in the middle of a paddock, but pretty much in the middle of a paddock. It just, the cattle walk over it, they dent it, like this one down here's got dents all over it. And that just doesn't essentially ruin the pipe, but it increases the chance that you'll get a split in it or something like that. Like, look at that. And it also, like when they're strewn across the paddocks like this, just increases the chance of something running over them. Yes, I'm speaking from experience. Yes, I've run over a pipe. 1, 2, 3, a dozen. But I'm trying to get better at that. And by getting better at it, you pick up your pipes at the end of the season. So I'm pretty sure I didn't last season. And last season I was a bit busy trying to build a dairy. So forgive.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's happened here? Again, sorry, this is another issue that happens when you leave them in the paddock. I think I've hit that with the mower. No, not even think. I know I've hit it with the mower. That's another pipe down. Bummer. So that's probably not the first pipe I've hit with a mower as well. I think I've hit one in the middle too. Just shears it all open. Aluminium, it's quite weak, but it's very light, so not too bad to carry. 2 at a time if you're brave. I think that's it. It'd be, I don't know, 60 odd pipes on there. And I think all the wrecked ones were all the ones at the start, so that's nice. I was worried that I was going to end up with half a dozen wrecked pipes, which we didn't have in this case, thank goodness. Even though I don't want to use them again, I still don't want to damage them. We'll take it back to the bush, park it there. I think I might just leave those pipes on the trailer. Don't think it's going to do too much harm. That way I don't have to reload it when time comes back around to put them back on. Righto, turn the lights on. Try and get some of this fertilizer spread so I don't have so much to do tomorrow, because tomorrow we are going to do a bit of spraying, some broadleaf spraying on that pasture over there in particular that we drilled 4 or 5 weeks ago. Incredibly slow because obviously we're just a lack of moisture. It's probably had about 20 mils on it altogether, so a bit short, but there's plenty of broadleaf weeds in it because I didn't spray it off before I planted it. In particular, just those flat weeds, plantain, dandelion, horbit, catsia, thistles, just the normal array. So I'll get a bit of MCPR in there. Just checking there's nothing in there, just in case. Once you put a ton of fertilizer on, it's not ideal to have something at the bottom of it obstructing it all. Gonna have to look at taking some of these pallets back. There'd be about 30 or 40 there. So what we do when we buy some fertilizer off Pivot, we buy the bag and the fertilizer, but we hire the pallets. I think they're about 40 bucks. So if you don't return them, then you don't get your 40 bucks back. So if I've got 30 or 40, that's 1,500 bucks of just pallets sitting there that aren't mine. Righto, we're back in the shed. It's all lit up like a Christmas tree. That will do, I think, for today's video. It was a bit of a nice little stir up with the boys. I now know what that brake is for, or that dog lock, whatever you want to call it, in the hard hose. Yeah, it's something that I'll get fixed, most definitely, because I don't want that happening again. The boys were pretty impressive. They're very impressed with their, what do they call it? Their big farmer muscles. They did really good. I really appreciate that. I'm sure they'll look back at that. I'm sure they'll look back at that footage in 10 years' time saying, geez, Dad, without us, you'd be nothing. And they're probably right. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again soon.